"You ain't no cop!" That's the first thing Officer Dalton screamed as he slammed Malik Turner, a black man in a suit, against the squad car so hard the metal shuddered. Right there, in broad daylight, in front of a crowd holding their breath and their phones, Dalton grabbed Malik by the chest and tore open his shirt. "This badge ain't real. You think you can walk around here like you run something?" People gasped because the badge was real, shining right there on Malik's chest. But the officers didn't care. They didn't see him. They didn't want to. "Big mistake showing your face in this neighborhood," the second officer hissed as he cinched the cuffs so tight Malik's wrist burned. And that's where this story begins, with two men abusing the wrong one and a crowd watching a humiliation that would flip into one of the most powerful reversals they'd ever witness. Because the man they were dragging, the man they were shouting down, the man they thought they could break, was the same man who had signed the termination papers for both of them just hours earlier. Sometimes life flips the script so fast the ones in power don't even realize the credits already rolled on their era. Sometimes the quiet man everyone talks over is the only one holding the pen that determines their fate. And on that cold Wednesday morning, in front of a crowd of strangers filming with shaky hands, two officers dragged a black man in a suit across the pavement, not knowing he was the man who had just signed their termination papers. If you've ever been underestimated, misjudged, or treated like you didn't belong, stick with this story till the end. I made this story for you, to find your kind of justice. Malik Turner had mastered the art of silence. Not the weak kind, the powerful kind. The kind that made people underestimate you, overlook you, step around you like you were background music, without realizing you were actually the conductor. 34, tall, clean-cut, skin smooth like polished mahogany, beard trimmed neat, suit tailored to perfection, and yet to the world he looked like someone who shouldn't be here. He walked into the precinct every day just 2 minutes before sunrise. No fanfare, no noise, just that calm stride of a man who knew exactly who he was and didn't need your permission. He worked for the Internal Affairs Commission, the most hated department in law enforcement. To some officers, IA was the villain. To citizens, it was the only hope for accountability. To Malik, it was the sharp blade he used to carve justice into a system trying to rot from within. For 6 months straight, he'd been digging through reports, complaints, body cam footage, uncovering a ring of officers in the city responsible for falsified arrests, racial harassment, intimidation, and violent misconduct. 50 officers, 50 badges, 50 men and women who swore an oath, then crushed it under their boots. And Malik had been chosen, personally, to finalize their removal. It wasn't just paperwork. He was cleaning the infection. It was honestly supposed to be just another Thursday. But destiny clearly had other plans. Plans dripping with irony, thick enough to choke on. Malik was leaving the precinct, heading to his car, badge tucked under his dress shirt, tie loosened, ID clipped at his waist. That's when he heard it. A woman screaming. Not the "I lost my phone" scream, a real one. Sharp, panicked, breaking the air open. Malik reacted without thinking. Years of training embedded into muscle memory. He ran. At the end of the plaza, 2 officers had a young black teen slammed against the wall. He couldn't have been more than 16. Palms flat against the concrete, backpack ripped open, his voice shaking as he tried to explain. I didn't steal anything. I didn't." The first officer, a red-faced, broad-shouldered man with that permanent scowl like life owed him something, screamed, "Stop resisting!" He wasn't resisting. He was terrified. Malik stepped forward. "Officers, I'm Turner. Internal Aff..." He barely got the words out. Redface snapped around, eyes bloodshot with adrenaline. "What the hell are you doing here?" Malik kept his cool. "I'm asking you to remove your knee from that boy's back." "Or what?" the second officer sneered. "You gonna write us up, pencil pusher?" The crowd started filming. Phones rose like a forest of witnesses. Someone whispered, "This feels wrong." Redface jabbed a finger toward Malik. "You look real familiar." Malik raised his hand slowly, calmly. I'm not here to escalate anything. But Redface's ego was already crackling. Oh, I know what you are, he spat. You ain't no cop. Malik moved to reveal his badge. Redface lunged first. Before Malik could even adjust, the officer grabbed him by the shirt, slammed him against a patrol car, and yelled, "Hands behind your back! Impersonating an officer is a felony." Malik froze, not out of fear, but out of disbelief. Then came the silver glint of handcuffs, cold, tight, unnecessary. The other officer shoved Malik forward. Big mistake coming to the wrong neighborhood, looking like you run something. The moment the crowd gasped, phones zoomed in on the badge now visible under Malik's shirt. Someone shouted, "Wait, he is a cop!" Redface barked back, "That's fake." Malik could have fought, could have shouted, could have revealed everything in one breath. But he didn't. Because justice, real justice, is patient, and Malik Turner had already delivered theirs hours earlier. The morning before this arrest, Malik sat in a quiet office lit by a single desk lamp. Before him, 50 termination files, misconduct, excessive force, abuse of authority, tampering with evidence, threats against citizens. For months, he'd studied every detail, cross-checked every complaint, reviewed every minute of body cam footage. He wasn't guessing. He wasn't reaching. He had evidence. Solid, irrefutable, unforgiving evidence. His job? Sign off on final removal. One signature per life changed. He moved steadily. Page after page, badge after badge. Officer number 27, D. Hargrove. Officer number 28, J. Latham. Officer number 29, R. Mathers. And then the next two. Officer number 30, Peter Dalton. Officer number 31, Eric Shaw. Their names didn't stand out at the time, until now, because these were the two men who had just shoved him into the patrol car. The irony almost tasted sweet. The system had already decided their fate, and yet they were here, still strutting, still abusing, still believing they were untouchable. Malik didn't need to fight back. He just had to wait. The doors slammed. Silence wrapped around him. Malik's hands were cuffed behind him, wrists aching. He exhaled slowly. Young Malik would have snapped, would have yelled, would have tried to explain, to justify, to prove. But grown Malik, the one sharpened by heartbreak, racism, discipline, and purpose, he knew this wasn't humiliation, it was revelation. Through the window, he saw the teen being released as citizens shouted at the officers. Someone yelled, "He didn't even do anything!" Another, "You're arresting the wrong man!" The irony rippled through the air like static. Dalton marched around the car, chest puffed out like he'd conquered something. Shaw smirked. "You'll sit in county tonight, buddy." Malik looked at them, calm, steady. "I hope you enjoyed your last arrest," Dalton scoffed. "Oh yeah, and what's that supposed to mean?" Malik didn't answer. Justice was already knocking. They dragged Malik into the precinct lobby like a trophy. People stared, whispered, filmed. A sergeant at the desk looked up, instantly confused. "Who is this?" "Suspect impersonating an officer," Dalton bragged. Caught him trying to interfere with an arrest. Shaw dropped Malik's badge and ID onto the counter. Fake credentials, high-quality ones though. The sergeant picked up the ID, studied it, froze. His eyes shot to Malik, then to the officers, then back to Malik. "Untie him." His voice was low, sharp. Dalton laughed. "Sarge, I said untie him!" The whole room stopped breathing. The sergeant unlocked the cuffs like they were burning his hands. "Mr. Turner, I'm so sorry, sir." Dalton's face twisted. "Sir? What do you mean, sir?" The sergeant swallowed hard. "Because this man is internal affairs chief," Dalton staggered. Shaw's jaw dropped. "And the one who oversees misconduct investigations for this entire department." A ripple of shock spread across the room. Malik rolled his wrists slowly, calmly. "Thank you, Sergeant," Dalton barked, desperate now. He attacked us. He interfered with an arrest." Malik raised one brow. "Is that the story you're going with?" He stepped forward, not aggressive, not loud, just devastatingly calm. "Because if so, I will request the body cam footage be pulled right now, and I'm sure the city would love to see what you did to a minor and to a fellow officer." Dalton went pale. Shaw stumbled back. "Look, we didn't know." "That," Malik said softly, "is exactly the problem." The precinct captain stormed out of his office. "What's all the noise?" He froze when he saw Malik. "Chief Turner? Why are you—" Malik handed him the termination files he had signed that very morning. The captain flipped through them, his face drained. Then Dalton's name appeared, then Shaw's. The captain raised his eyes. Horror, regret, anger. He read the final sentence at the bottom of each page. Termination effective immediately. The moment it registered, everyone in the lobby felt the shift. Dalton lunged forward. "This is insane. You're ruining careers." Malik didn't flinch. "You ruined your own." Shaw grabbed the files, flipping through them in disbelief. "You can't do this." "I already did," Dalton growled. "You set us up. That's what this was." Malik stepped closer, voice low but razor sharp. "If you think your downfall was a setup, then you've forgotten every choice that got you here." Dalton clenched his fists. "You think you're better than us because you wear a suit?" Malik shook his head slowly. "No, I am better than you because I wear a conscience." The captain finally spoke. "Officers Dalton and Shaw, remove your badges. Turn in your weapons." They didn't move. The silence felt like cracked ice. "Now," the captain repeated. Their badges were heavy when they finally dropped them on the counter. Malik didn't smile. Justice wasn't always sweet. Sometimes it was just necessary. Malik stepped outside into the cold air. The teen from earlier stood with his mother. She clutched her son tight, eyes wet with relief. When she saw Malik, she touched her chest like she couldn't believe he was okay. "You saved my boy," she whispered. Malik shook his head. "No, I just made sure the truth got seen." She stepped forward, tears rolling. "Nobody ever listens. Nobody ever helps us. But today you did." Malik looked at the boy. "You did nothing wrong." The boy sniffed. "Why'd they treat me like that?" Malik swallowed hard, because the truth was ugly, and he wouldn't lie to a kid. "Some people see fear where they should see humanity," he said softly. "But that's their brokenness, not yours." The mother hugged her son tighter. Malik felt the weight of every injustice he'd ever seen, every complaint ignored, every "we'll look into it" that died in silence. For a moment, the fight felt endless, and then a small hand tapped his elbow. The boy. "Thank you," he whispered, "for not ignoring me." And that cracked something open in Malik's chest. It reminded him why he did this, why he kept showing up, why he stayed silent even when silence hurt. Because sometimes silence wasn't surrender. Sometimes it was discipline, and discipline delivered justice. 2 days later, the city released the footage publicly. The arrests, the aggression, the lies, and the moment they put cuffs on Malik, the internet went nuclear. People demanded accountability. News anchors replayed it nonstop. Community leaders stepped forward. Citizens filed petitions. Dalton and Shaw tried to plead their case, but the truth was louder. The department issued a statement. Chief Turner acted within full legal and professional authority. The arrest of Chief Turner was unlawful. The officers responsible have been terminated and are under investigation. But the real twist? The mayor requested Malik be promoted, not offered, requested. "Your work is setting a new standard," she said. "This city needs you leading from the front." Dalton and Shaw, they tried to sue the department. Their case got laughed out of the courtroom. Karma moves slow, but baby, when it arrives, it does not play. Months later, Malik stood in front of a graduation class of new cadets. Young, hopeful, nervous. He looked at them, hands behind his back, posture straight, and he said, "Listen closely. Power isn't in your badge. Power isn't in your uniform. Power isn't in the gun they strap to your hip. Power is in how you treat the people who can't fight back." He paused, letting the silence sink deep. "Some of you will be tempted to act like the badge makes you untouchable, but the badge doesn't make you a good person. Your choices do, every day, every moment." He exhaled slowly. "And remember this, The person you underestimate today might be the one who signs your fate tomorrow. The room was silent, the respectful kind. Malik walked off stage with the quiet confidence of a man who had been broken, ignored, underestimated, and still came out stronger. Not because he wanted power, but because he wanted justice. And on that cold, unforgettable day, justice finally wanted him too. If you've ever been misjudged, talked down to, underestimated, or treated like you didn't belong, drop a comment saying, "I rise anyway." Like, share, and subscribe if you want more stories where justice is served for the sake of the everyday person.